Welcome in the Pastime Picks Podcast. I am Keith, Vintage Sport Flips.
And I'm Andy, the King of Pennants.
And we have a special guest, our first returning guest. We have Sean, the Real Life Perspective Show down below. What's up,
Hello. Sean? Hello, Internet. How we doing tonight?
Yeah, we're good. I know we're good. And I know we're not only streaming on our channel, we're streaming on Sean's channel, the Real Life Perspective Show. So definitely check out Sean if you're watching from my channel on YouTube and also in his Twitch channel. I don't have a Twitch channel. Maybe I should. I've been on Twitch a little bit, but not a ton.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to break in. You slowly grab. It's a little. But I love streaming across multiple platforms, just because you never know who's going to chime in. You know. So this is our first simulcast, is what they call this right here, guys. So we're
stepping up in class here with the simulcast. I like
that's
it.
Right. Bringing everybody together.
We used to do that. We used to not simulcast, but the only simulcasting I remember is when we used to go to that. The horse shows, or not horse shows, or horse racing.
Racetracks, the Turf Club. Is that was called simulcasting, right?
I think maybe it is. Yeah.
I think you're right. Anytime you're seeing it on TV,
betting on multiple horses at a time. Multiple races.
Got some guests. We got Mark Hoyle in the chat. What's up, Mark?
Hey, Mark.
Christopher Nutter, a fellow YouTuber, and then we got Black Sheep Society. How's it going, man? Mark's
always got some good kind of retro stuff. I wonder if he was into wrestling. He's got some like core guys that maybe we don't pick, but
some more the slightly earlier ones than we grew up with. Like, I won't say any names because maybe we still might draft them. But
that's true.
On that note, guys, we have a fun giveaway tonight during our first segment. We're gonna rip for the winner. Rip a pack of 1987 WWF WrestleMania cards. Give it a little closer look there. So we opened up one of those on my channel. Pretty fun cards, and they're gradable. Those Hulk Hogan cards are. Yeah, you can get those graded. They're not too shabby.
Definitely.
So
he's a 70s guy. Okay. I don't know. I might have a few that make it in there. Wrestlers.
I know I have one. Yeah, at least.
Wrestlers wrestle for so long. I mean, they're damn near 70 years old when they retire some of the time. So
yeah.
They probably started back then too. So
so on that note, we didn't officially say what we're drafting yet. It's been alluded to. So we are going to draft our favorite wrestlers. I think me and Andy are a little older than Sean, so there might be different eras where we, I didn't watch wrestling beyond when I was a kid much. I know, Andy, I'm not sure if you still watch it or
I did. I watched a little in college, I think, which would be in the I guess that would be mid 90s, which is I think it was called the Attitude Era. It was actually kind of the heyday. So
a
little bit. We kind of watched it with friends from college and fraternity brothers and stuff like that.
Well, that was a long window of time because you were in undergrad for what, 8 years? Undergrad?
Yeah, roughly. Some people would call it a doctorate.
That's right. A lot of people go to college for 7 years.
That's a Chris Farley line. Was that a Tommy Boy? Or?
Yeah. They're called doctors.
Yeah.
Very funny, Keith. Very funny.
Yeah. I didn't have that plan. I just came up with it on the spot. Proud of myself.
Yeah, I was at the peak of WCW, just like Christopher Nutter's right there.
Yeah, I remember kind of that, like the wars. I think it was what is it called, Monday Night Wars, or it was Raw or Monday Night Raw versus
just Monday Night Wars, probably.
Yeah. WCW had their thing too, which is pretty crazy.
And if you haven't watched it yet, Netflix just released the Mr. McMahon series, and it's phenomenal. And
I've heard that's awesome.
It's great. I watched the whole thing this week prior to this, so I'm well educated now.
Oh wow! I wanted to watch that in preparation, but didn't have a whole lot of extra time this week. But I'll watch it after the fact.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
So I didn't see that, but I did do a little research when I saw that in the chat earlier. So I'm not sure he's on my list. So
I never heard of it, but Andy did fill me in while we saw the chat, Shane, and he filled me in that there's that's like a movie character, right? Was it Shia LaBeouf? Is that
I don't think he was the one that was playing.
Okay.
That? Oh, okay. I think I know what this was. I think I've heard of this movie.
Never saw that. And by the way, the Soda City Rips right there, he's going to be on. He's in our other channel tomorrow night. It's a pre-recorded video on Rips and Brews.
Yep.
We did some ripping of some pieces of the past historical cards. Our
Very
first
cool
guest
stuff.
over there.
I don't want to give anything away, but there are some really cool things in that one, I think.
Yeah,
I mean,
more me and Shane. That's some cool stuff.
Some had better luck than others, but
that was the best part for me.
Oh God, he was so happy. He was so happy that I didn't get it. I mean, Anyway, cool you have to stay tuned to watch it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Reading Rainbow. It's a great ending. I don't want to give away the ending, but
that's right.
Yeah, it's a real page turner. Page turner. Real page.
Gotta leave the breadcrums to it. You know, you don't want to.
Yeah, no, I don't want to give away too much, but just if you want to see any disappointed, check out Rips and Brews tomorrow night.
There's a lot. I'll admit there's a lot of disappointment.
So that's there we have it. So Andy, somehow you won last week. And
somehow I crushed you. I crushed you in it. Yeah,
I know. I don't understand. I think that was a pretty even draft. I don't understand what happened there. And the ironic part was usually I'm the one going back in time with a lot of my picks. You went back in time with more of your picks with like Cy Young, and I still lost. Yeah. I got to change the score here though.
Maybe that's what. Maybe I got to go back. I got to do more retro.
Yeah, and mix it up for yourself. So that's our all-time ratings.
Keith never changes it when I win.
That's true. I wanted to wait till the last second. I didn't want to see that number change. So that's what we're current standings: 20, 17, and 4, 17, 20, and 4. So pretty tight.
Wow, that's good.
So let me get the wheel of names to see who drafts first here.
It's a wheel.
This will be interesting. I have a couple people that I really want. And
so you better hope you go first because we got some good ones tonight, man.
I know. I'll be interested to see because some people, and I would say, I want to preface this by saying it's not like the best wrestlers of all time. It's like our favorite ones. So
there's
certainly ones that were like better wrestlers or better, one thing or another. But this
I don't think we're counting championships or anything.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
How long they held a belt. Yeah.
No, but I mean also like, some people I think were thought of more as being better wrestlers within that.
That's true.
This is just our personal nostalgic preference, guys. That's what this is.
Exactly.
Yep, exactly. You got it. All right. So there's the way. And I introduced, obviously we have Sean on the wheel. I gave a new me face. I wanted to mix it up because I never went in the wheel.
What is that? Which one? Is this the one? Like
with the earbud in? It's a new one. I figured I always try to mix it up a little bit.
I feel like you look like a character out of like what was that movie with like they're all like
Zoolander? Zoolander?
No, that was not a Zoolander. You kind of look like a relief pitcher a little bit with like your weird goatee there.
That's a beard. That's a beard.
That's not really a beard. It's kind of more, I don't know.
That is a beard. All right, let's get it spinning. Let's see who picks first here.
Flying Brian Pillman. My wrestling knowledge is All
right.
Okay.
Look at Flying Brian. Yeah, Soda. Yeah, Flying Brian was he was entertaining because it was funny. I just started watching. You can watch him all on Peacock. I started watching Monday Night Nitro all over again, and really? he started off as a good guy in the first season, and then all of a sudden, like out of nowhere, he's part of the Four Horsemen as a bad guy. It's wild. It's funny. It's so fun to go and watch the storyline of it. It's really good stuff. And, cool. So it looks like I'm the first up, huh?
Yep. Let me get rid of the other one so I can. Where's the other one? There it is. All right. Let's see who goes second.
All right. I'm cool with 3. I'm cool with 3. I like the wraparound. I'm good. I like it.
All right.
I'm good. I'm happy with that.
All right.
If you're not first, you're last.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. All right. So there we have it. So it's going to go Shane, me. I'm not Shane. Sean, me, then Andy. Get Soda City Rip's name, Sean. So I got
too many S's.
Yeah.
A lot of shh.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. All right. So let's get it started, Sean. So what do you all right. Where are you thinking number 1 here?
My number 1 wrestler. It used to be somebody else, but after rewatching Monday Night Nitro, I have fallen in love with Sting.
All
right.
Sting is my number 1, guys. He's always been the only time he ever turned heel was one time, and the fans didn't like it, and it just went away after that. So
he was like, didn't he like briefly go to the NWO or something, or was he? It was the one that was kind of fighting about it, or
yeah. So if you go back and watch it, so far what I've gotten to like season 2 so far, and there's like 9 seasons or something crazy like that. So what I've noticed is he is always the good guy. He's always the peacemaker. He's always he's always neutral. He gives everybody the benefit of the doubt. Well, he kept that on for season after season after season, right? When he had the blonde hair and the Ultimate Warrior looking makeup or whatever, and he's rocking it. He had a great streak going on for a really long time, and then finally his best friend Lex Luger backstabs him finally, and he just had enough of everybody. He just disappeared, right? He disappeared for the longest time, and then all of a sudden you started seeing him in the rafters, right, on Monday Night Nitro. And then that's where the Crow, they call him the Crow because he kind of
like he had black and white makeup and everything.
Yeah. So he's kind of he wasn't a bad guy. He was just an anti-hero. He became his own person. And I just love him because he's just been an awesome character all along. He never was like a douchebag and anybody. And in real life, he never was a part of any of those outside politics that were going on in the wrestling world. He was never like caught doing anything with watch the McMahon stuff, man. Just watch the McMahon stuff. You'll see all the craziest.
Yeah, he had a super long career. He's it had to have been like 30 years or more, I would think. And like you said, he really evolved. His character evolved. Sometimes you see that in wrestling and oftentimes you see that in like one works and the other doesn't. Like all of his worked, so he was always kind of popular. So, but
absolutely,
I like it.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, his finishing move was a Scorpion Deathlock, by the way.
Yeah,
and he's going to be there Saturday at the Comic-Con I'm going to. I am hoping to meet him.
That's awesome. Very cool.
Keith, you're so out of your element. We don't know what we're talking about.
Well, yeah, and you got to chime in on my picks.
Okay, you're going to say one, but never heard of him.
Don't get me wrong. I had to go and research everybody's finishing move for the names of them and stuff.
I like it.
That.
No, I like it.
Yeah.
I feel like he was coming on when I was getting out of wrestling. I mean, I remember him. I think he was around.
Probably. Yeah, he was in the late 80s.
Yeah, but I don't think that was his heyday, right? That was a little later.
He was blonde Sting back then, where he was like surfer almost Sting, I would say.
Yeah, but when Monday Night Nitro started, he was the champion. He was the champion. He was the number one champion, and he had a huge streak for over 2-3 seasons. So awesome.
All right, nice pick. I know he's a very popular wrestler. All right, I'm gonna go.
Do you have the rubber? You still have the rubber doll that you picked up at the flea market, Keith?
Oh, I do. I know. I think I sold them on Dibdit.
Oh, did you? Did you?
Yeah.
You should have kept that.
I think I had one laying around somewhere, but I think I don't think anymore, unfortunately.
They call them dog chew toys, is what they call those things. Yeah, those are.
Yeah. They're pretty tough.
They're awesome.
Yeah, LJN dolls. I think they are.
Yeah, I didn't know that, Mark. That's interesting. They started off as
interesting. It makes sense to the makeup then, right? The similar makeups. So my pick is probably not going to be not consensus overall pick for a lot of people, and I'm sure I'll disappoint. I think it was someone early on in the chat, but guys better not disappoint. I think it was Rushmore said that in the chat.
Yeah, he was the first.
Which I'm sure I will. I'm sure I'll disappoint.
You will.
And I'm going to go with one who's came on the scene a little earlier than the rest, and probably when Mark was watching wrestling in the heyday of it. I'm going to go Andre the Giant.
All right, good. I was hoping he would be on. He would be there as the
wraparound.
Yeah, no, he's great.
He started earlier than the other big names, but still was around into the 80s. I'm not sure when he finished. Late 80s. When do you think?
Yeah, maybe even early 90s.
Yeah.
He was really, by the end of his career, he was really a shell of a person. He could barely move.
Yeah.
It was really kind of sad to watch. But I mean, he was. I think his name was Andre Rousseau or something. I think was his actual name. He's very interesting guy.
French. Yeah.
He's a French guy. Yeah.
But he was larger than life, and obviously when those old was it the Royal Rumbles or the cage matches where they had to throw the last guy standing when they're teaming up to throw him out of the ring.
He was always
there was 4 guys trying to team him to throw him out. It was always a favorite of mine growing up.
Yeah, no, that's a good pick. I like him. He also transcended wrestling to a large degree. He, obviously was in Princess Bride. He may have been in a couple others, but he was just a really cool guy. And obviously the legendary stories behind him too about his drinking escapades and it's just off the charts. Like you see, it's funny because you see pictures of him when he's holding a beer can, and it looks like he's holding basically like those tiny juice cans or something like that. His hands are so big. But
that's crazy. That would be a cool like documentary kind of film about him. That'd be pretty interesting.
Fun fact. I got a fun fact about him for anybody in the chat. What character did he play in a 70s very famous TV show? He was a character in a TV show, but he didn't play a human. I will give you that hint.
70s show didn't play a human. Interesting.
I don't know that one.
I'll go like Mork and Mindy, but I don't. Maybe
it wasn't a comedy.
Oh, not a comedy. Okay.
No, it was like an action.
Maybe like Star Trek or something like that. I don't know.
No. I guess technically you could call it sci-fi. I'm hoping somebody in the chat pops it out here in a second that they know. Nope, nothing there.
Here we go. Roman's in the chat.
Oh God, jeez.
That's right. Yeah, we got Cleveland versus Detroit. I forgot that. Yeah,
heck of a game. That was a crazy game. I mean, they're playing with reckless abandon. Tigers they got nothing to lose. So,
were you able to watch it? It was like a 3:00 game. What time was it?
I watched the very end of it, but yeah.
I'll tell you this real quick. I DVR'd the game last night because I had to work and I had a concert to go to for my son. Got home, watched the game. My DVR, I always extend it for as long as I can and then record the next thing and the next thing. Never recorded the last half inning.
Oh,
so they were down by like 5 runs anyway, and I
kind of knew,
but it sucks. It's the one detriment about DVR.
Hey, I was good. I didn't mention anything to you at all. So I didn't.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that.
Okay, let's get to the real true number one pick overall. I think.
Before you go there, Mark is correct.
Oh, Bigfoot. Okay.
He played Bigfoot in The $1 Million Man.
Oh, okay.
$7 Million Man.
Oh, interesting. I never watched that show, but
I didn't either. I just knew about it.
Okay. I didn't. I know there were other wrestlers that had played, obviously the hulking individual or the giant person in some random show. You see him like you look back and you're like, I didn't even know he was the guy. But
he's just in a big suit. You don't even recognize him, So.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna go my favorite. I mean, I know he's not like he's probably well thought of and stuff like that. He's not the biggest name ever, I don't think. But I'm gonna go with the one and only Macho Man Randy Savage. He's he's like just so iconic. He is dressed more today, like at Halloween, than I think any wrestler at all. So he's like, talk about a person that's just kind of stayed relevant, despite him. I think he's been dead for I don't know, 10 years or more, or something like that. But he's just so good. Like he's a really, really good bad guy. I'm
feeling confident, Roman.
But yeah, so iconic, like just had the glasses and like the kind of the weird vibes to him. Exceptional athlete too. I don't know if you know that, but he was I think he was a minor league baseball player, or he was drafted. And he was so good. I think he broke his arm. I want to say it was in college or high school, and he taught himself to throw with his other hand and was still a really good baseball player.
Wow.
So that's what kind of athlete Macho Man
cool. Plus a great commercial guy with the Slim Jims.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I mean, that's I would pick him just for the Slim Jims.
Yeah.
I thought about picking him.
Well, he had he had that whole like storyline with Elizabeth and stuff like that. And yeah, it was just so good. He was he's like one of the best bad guys I think ever. So yeah. And he was my favorite guy.
He wasn't really a bad guy, was he?
Yeah. I mean, if you look
beginning,
back,
but not later on, right?
Maybe WWF. Maybe he was
much like some of the other guys. He was a very, very popular bad guy or heel, so he was like kind of teetered on that border. But yeah, I mean, he had like arcs with like pulling Elizabeth in front of him when somebody was attacking him and stuff. Like that's a bad guy move. So it's like. But certainly things have changed a little bit, but yeah. Anyway, so that's my number one pick.
All right, it's a good pick.
Excellent pick. I ate a lot of Slim Jims because of that guy.
Andre's a chalk pick.
No, they're both chalk. I mean, it's all going to be chalk, pretty much.
What does chalk mean? I've never heard that term before.
I mean, it's just picking like the obvious pick, I guess, right? Like the
cliche.
There's one obvious pick out there that nobody's taken. So I think
exactly. Yeah, I know. Nobody took him. Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah, I think all of us were thinking, oh, somebody's got to pick, the big yellow guy. It's, so, but I think we all were like, no, let's give that to somebody else. One of these other guys.
He's trying to get Andy. Trying to help Andy out.
Yeah, trying to help me. Big Papa Pump. That's funny. He turned into he's a raving lunatic now these days, of course. But
there you go. That's Deshaun's nickname. Is that what he's saying there? I don't know if that's a massage term or what's going on there. All right, so that's the first round. Let me get to the first segment here.
Sale of the week.
All right, so in this segment, me and Andy show each other our sales of the week. We guess the selling prices. Obviously, we want Sean to guess along, the chat to guess along. Third item overall, we're going to give away a vintage 1987 WWF wax pack that I'll rip live, and I got all my card savers ready to sleeve them up for you and mail them out to you. So, and these should be gradable. I mean, the pack's in decent shape. Sometimes you get those packs that are pretty rough. This one looks pretty nice. So. Nice. Let me get to my first item for Andy.
I can tell Soda's a wrestling fan. He is pulling out some names from the past.
Yeah.
Lesser known people.
Yeah. Magnum TA. I'm not sure of that one.
I think he was, I think that's early.
No, I never heard of him either.
I can't remember if he was with Booker T or something. Maybe not.
All right, Andy. It's up your alley here.
Woo, okay. All right. I like it.
So this is part of my 86 Fleer find that I got these graded, and this one sold on eBay.
It looks way better than an 8, honestly. It's
yeah. That's the same. We're learning about grading that we're predicting grades. We're so far off.
It's a swift kick to the nuts on most of my grades. I think
it's a 7, it's a 1. Authentic.
Yeah, right. I know when we were first doing this, Keith's like, it could be a 3. It's authentic. It's like there's a bunch of more, probably 2 or 3 grades lower.
Yeah. We'll learn. We'll get better as we go.
Which essentially, like, I graded cards that essentially were cheaper than it is the grade now, because I mean most of these cards are not worth the grade. Like, some of those rookies I got, not worth
absolutely.
It.
Hey, just so you know, I misspoke earlier. It's $6 million man. I said $7 million man.
Oh, okay. Well, just inflation.
Not bad, Keith.
I had to say that because I go back and rewatch these lives and I always catch myself saying something that's wrong. So now I got to correct myself. So now
I like it. Yeah, real time corrections.
We
got Trumpet Master coming in from the Real Life Perspective Show channel.
Hello, what's up, brother?
Hey.
6 million.
All right. So Isaiah Thomas rookie, 86 Fleer. Obviously, also. This card is about as iconic as they come, or not this specific card, but this look because of the set.
The set. Yeah. And I had many trolls on this video comment that this is not an Isaiah Thomas rookie card. I mean, even though it's widely considered that, people say that he's in the star card was like 3 years earlier, and but this is his first mainstream card considered his rookie card. So if you're watching trolls, it's a rookie.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so. I mean, I know these at 10 go for, anything really 10 is kind of exponentially goes up in price. Yeah. But any of these cards back then, I think, do pretty well, though. So,
Trumpet, how much do you think this sold for? How much do you think this sold for on eBay, on Keith's eBay channel?
Yeah.
He's kind of new to y'all's channel.
I should explain it again as you came in. Yeah. So Trumpet, we show some sales of the week and we guess along to see what the selling price is. So far we have $49.99 from Shane, 80 from Mark, 70 from Roman, 137 from Christopher Nutter.
Okay. 450
from Trumpet Master.
And if you don't mind, can I give a plug?
Go for it. Yeah.
So
absolutely, man.
Friday night, Trumpet Master 77 Barbecue and myself will be having our first live we had in a long time together. We are going to be talking about our favorite fast foods and eating on
awesome.
a budget. So that's
Is that on your channel or his channel? Or both?
Yeah, well, we're going to simulcast.
Okay.
So
nice.
I'll be hosting, and he's going to be helping all this, but we will be simulcasting across his channel and mine
be there
as well. So yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. We're gonna have a good time. So y'all come on out.
Yeah, I'll definitely be there. I think it would have been watching the Phillies, but I have a night open now to check that out.
Ouch.
Yeah, a little too soon for me to joke, but yeah.
Just so you know, we're not. It's just closest. You can go over too. So
and it's not for the giveaway either. So but yeah, maybe he doesn't like Isaiah Thomas.
I understand.
A lot of people didn't.
He's kind of a jerk.
Instigator.
Definitely. Okay, I'm gonna go. I think it's over 100.
Over 100.
I was trying to think now. I'm going to go with.
It's nothing, honey.
$89.99. I don't think.
That's what I was just put up there. Nice. That's a good guess.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I can change.
I'll do 79.
Okay.
Let's say Andy's $89.99. Sean's in at 89, or I'm sorry, $79.99.
Let's do 79.
Let me know, Andy, know how he did.
Oh, look at it, fellas. You crying, boy? You crying, boy? Maybe we'll go back down to McDonald's and get you a Lamburger and some French fries. How about a Weineken? You little sissy boy! Def Leppard sucks!
I say, Sean sent me a message earlier today saying you should put this as a video for Andy, and I found it, so I had to use it, man.
I even downloaded that thing. I was looking for a couple of different ones to do, and I couldn't find anything. So
that's awesome. Man.
Where's that from? Is it
Joe Dirt?
Is it okay?
You're Joe Dirt there.
Okay.
Yeah. Without the hair, you're covering up the hair.
Yeah.
All right, you're close though. I'll say you're close. I gotta find the price. Oh man, that was worthwhile.
That was good. Oh, nice.
Very close.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Sean nailed it, and a couple people. I mean, Mark nailed it right on. He was right at 80, I think. Right?
Awesome.
Yeah. Mark was right at 80.
Well
all right. I had some good wrestling videos ready to go, but I had to use that. That's a new favorite.
That's good.
Very funny. Very funny. Hilarious.
I didn't make one with my face, Andy. Just so you know, it's only for you.
Oh, great. Thanks. All right, here we go.
Put on my macho.
I'll let him have it. He's hurting.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna put on my macho glasses.
All right, we got the Gwinnett Stripers.
All right.
It's a minor league baseball team. It's the Atlanta Braves. It's a AAA minor league team. Atlanta Braves farm system.
Is that in Georgia, Gwinnett?
Don't know.
Because I had a Gwinnett Braves pennant that I sold in the past.
Don't know about that.
That's okay. It doesn't really matter. I don't think that's going to affect the value too much.
No, I don't.
And this looks like a newer one, right? Like 90s.
It is. You're right. Yeah,
okay.
It's kind of it's very, I don't know, flexible. Like I love these because they don't like they will never. You could roll them crinkle them in a ball and it'd be totally fine.
Yeah, yeah. No, they're the nice ones to ship, right? You can do whatever you want with them.
Don't know. Yeah.
So there we go. It's got Sean's in at $34.99, Mark's in at $29.99. I think they're pretty good guesses. I mean, this one's got the cool fish graphic with the barbed hook going on. I like that.
That is cool. That is cool.
Cool
baseball on it. Baseball.
Yeah.
On the hook.
I think Sean is very close. I'm going to go $32 on this one for my guess. And Roman's in at 49. Christopher Nutter's in at 45. Trumpet Master's in at 15.
Okay. All right. Let's see how Keith did.
That is the dumbest thing that I've ever heard.
Didn't see any new ones for me, so I had
there's a bunch of new. I forgot to show you.
Okay.
There's some new ones at the bottom. I'll show you one next.
There you go, $49.99.
Oh wow! All right,
nice.
Yeah, well, Roman's on the money here at $49.
Bingo.
Yeah, very good, Roman.
All
right.
Yeah, it was a good deal. Good price. I like that.
Yeah, that's a strong sale for sure. For 90s pennant, sometimes you don't expect to get.
Definitely.
Yeah, and you comp them, you can be surprised. All right, let me get my second one for the giveaway here. Where is it? Andy, I'm going to go all cards this episode. And again, this is for the
RIP
87 WrestleMania 3 WWF wax pack that I'll rip live. The winner gets all those cards sleeved up in card savers and shipped out to you. So let me get that off of there.
Hey, that's a great win, by the way. And does anybody know who the main headliners were at WrestleMania 3?
I mean, I guess
I only know because I watched the McMahon thing. That's the only reason.
Oh, okay.
Was that the Hulk and Andre that year or no?
It sure was. You are the man,
Okay.
Andy.
All right.
Way to go. Great guess. Way to go, dude.
Nice job, Andy.
No Joe Dirt for you. No Jared Dirt.
That's right. I want my new one.
That's Joe Dirte.
Okay.
All right, Andy. Do you know what?
T206.
There you go. Very good. I was
Uh,
just going to ask you that.
Cleveland. And Joss is his last name. Is that how?
Yeah, Eddie Joss, Hall of Famer, Hall of Fame pitcher. I mean, died very young. Let me see when he died. So he died in 1911. These cards came out in 1909 to 1911, and he died. I think it was like 31. He was 31 years old, still pitching.
Wow.
For the, I guess it was a Cleveland Naps at that point. I'm sure Mark will know better. I forget when they changed over. But Hall of Famer, now very poor condition. I'll show you the back of the card. Significant paper loss.
Oof.
So me and Andy would have predicted the grade for this. What do you think? A 4, Andy?
Probably
a 4.
The way we were picking them. Yeah. No,
you're in the negatives on that
I'm
one.
assuming this will be an authentic.
Yeah, hopefully an authentic. Yeah. So that's it. Hall of Famer, Eddie Joss.
Hey, Beatty.
What's up, Beatty?
Okay. Interesting. Yeah.
It's a perfect example of the dog ate my homework.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. Seriously, it's too bad. Because it's crazy. The further, it makes sense, obviously, but the higher the grade, the further back you go. Like the difference between an 8 and a 9 on new cards is very minimal. I think, honestly, the price is probably not negligible, if anything. But like a difference between 8 and 9 and like really old cards, or a 3 to a 5 or 3 to a 4 is like could be hundreds and thousands of dollars in some cases.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but Roman said this card looks better than the Browns' offensive line. I mean, the Eagles' defensive line needs that help. So I'm hoping you're correct on that one, Roman.
Yeah.
We got Christopher Nutter's in at 25. I think I saw Shane's in at 109.87.
Did you see the quarter? Did you see what I think it was Stephen A. Smith or something? They were ragging on Deshaun Watson.
No.
He said something like, he's so bad that if they arrested him for being bad, I wouldn't be upset. Like, it's just so totally random things. They were just completely ragging on him. Made no sense. But
166 for Mark. Roman's in at 99. Sean's in at 101.99.
Okay, Roman's son.
Trumpet Masters at 200.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And I don't recall exactly, but I think a long time ago, I believe I removed this card. It was like mounted to a damaged trunk. It was mounted to a trunk, and I think I removed it from that. It was already very damaged at that point, but I could be wrong. There's some cards I removed from a trunk.
Yeah, Rad, that was I typically don't like Stephen A, but like that was pretty funny what he said. But okay, so I think I don't know. This is a tough one because I do.
His guest, the little Dr. Evil, $1 million.
$1 million. I think this is more expensive. Even I know the grading is horrible on this one, but I think it's going to be worth more than people think. So I'll wait a little bit, but I'm happy to guess now too if we want.
So this is for the giveaway for the WWF pack that I'm showing here on the left side. So if anyone wants to get in with a guess, closest person in the chat gets we're going to rip that live right after this.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do it in 10 seconds. So I'll give my guess and then we can.
Yeah. And maybe actually maybe we'll actually rip it. We'll do one more round of the draft and then we'll rip it because that way pick it up a little bit. That makes more sense.
Sounds good. All right. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with my guess. I think this is actually probably more expensive than people think, just because it's T206 card. That's a. I mean, I don't know the name, but if he's a Hall of Famer and well-known player, then that holds a lot of weight. So I'm gonna go $399.99.
Wow.
All right. Let me see what Andy did here.
That's WrestleMania 3 right there, man. That was the moment.
Was it?
Yeah, that was the moment. Yeah.
Let me so here it is.
Okay, I was wrong. All right.
Nice.
So let's see. We got
we got to figure this one
real
out.
life. I think it could be real life.
It looks. Yeah, I'm scrolling up. I mean, I think,
soda.
Yeah, I think Shane.
Soda.
I think 109.87.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty darn close.
That's close. Okay. All right. Congrats.
Yeah, congrats, Shane. Appreciate it, man. Thanks to everyone for guessing.
Very close though.
Yeah, it was for sure.
What did you have for and take a price, or did you?
I think I had it for $129 or $139.99. Took an offer.
It's just because it was such bad shape. You think? I mean,
yeah, that was on par with like an authentic grade. Maybe a little under that because you have to pay for grading too. So yeah, I try to price it accordingly.
Yeah. All right. Well done.
Yeah, WrestleMania 3, that was an intense moment because when you watch the McMahon series, they go through it all.
Yeah,
and
it's the first time he's been slammed, right?
Not the first time he's been slammed technically, but it was the first time because Andre was on top, or he was the winner, he was the champion, right? And Hulk Hogan,
he put him over. Yeah.
There was a big he was the first time he won him over, so it was. And they didn't know what Andre was going to do because they said, well, we can't control him. You know,
I do remember that.
They just said, he'll do the right thing. But his back was like so bad and like so hurt that he told Hulk, he said, slam. And that was it. And then he slammed him and that was it. He counted him out, man. So, and then that's when Hulk became the champion.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
So that's an epic pack that you're going to rip here soon.
Yeah. Right after the next round, we'll rip that. Hopefully we hit some Hulks. And
so congratulations, Shane.
I wonder if there's Andre in there.
We'll call that the chase. That's the chase we're looking for.
All right, so the Adirondack Thunder.
Oh.
It's an ECHL team, which is a minor league, basically hockey team.
Yeah, I know. Now, some of the ECHL hockey pants can do really well. Now, this one's pretty modern as well, probably similar, like mid 90s, I would guess.
Correct.
I thought it was a chair company.
Yeah.
I do love an Adirondack chair. That's a classic, classy chair.
Yeah, it is.
I'm looking. So what is that? Like the god of thunder? Who's that? Zeus? Who's the god of thunder?
Yeah,
Thor.
Zeus or Thor?
Oh, okay. That's
Zeus is the god of. What is Zeus the god?
The god of all the gods.
He's the head god. But I thought, Thor is the god of thunder.
Okay. I'll go on this one. $32. I'm gonna go with the same guess I had last time. So I think but we had Mark in at 22, Roman in at 49.
I'm gonna go at 39.
Okay. Christopher Nutter's $32 guess. Shane's at 27.87.
Let me just find a good one.
There's wrestling ones in the bottom, Andy. Scroll all the way down.
I see. Okay.
I would love to take a look at y'all's catalog. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's why it was hard to find a winner. Awesome.
Very close, but you did it.
Wow. Nice. Way to go, dude.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're right. I think you're right. If an older ECHL ones do sell for more, and I think I had this one up for probably 39 or more, and took 30 out. So
nice. It's all a good sale for sure.
Yeah, definitely. All right.
Very nice.
Here we go.
All right, let's get back to the draft here. So this was the round one right here. It went Sting, Andre the Giant, Macho Man, Randy Savage, and we're going back to Andy on the wraparound.
That's right. Okay. I got a couple I'm thinking about right now, but I'm going to go with kind of the coolest guy. And actually, I'm not sure you're wearing Macho Man glasses. You're more wearing Bret the Hitman Hart glasses. That's who I'm going to go with.
Interesting.
Bret the Hitman Hart, arguably probably one of the best like technical wrestlers. Beloved, part of the Montreal screw job, which is just incredible. Like, story behind that.
Great story.
Keith has no idea what I'm talking about.
No, Montreal screw job.
Yeah.
That's what you called it?
Yeah.
All right, get do some research.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just a kind of a prototype wrestler from back then, Canadian, famous, like had like a famous Hart family that like produced all these tons and tons of wrestlers. So
Owen Hart.
Jimmy Hart, his manager, is that like, was he part of that family?
No,
that's a different, unrelated.
There was a lot of people that had like the same name, but were not related. But yeah,
him and his brother were big together. Owen Hart and Bret Hart together.
Yeah, Owen Hart and Bret Hart. There's also he used to wrestle in a tag team with Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Not related, but yeah. Anyway.
Jimmy Hart sat up next to me at the National one year.
Did you see this little Mike
Yeah, he was just dressed up and he was just signing autographs, but it was not like an official signer. He just had a booth.
Oh, really?
I think that was in Atlantic City 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah. Hart
You go talk to him?
I did, yeah, just like hello, but I didn't take a photo or anything because it's hard to leave the booth, even though he was only like a few booths down.
Nice, man.
Yeah, it's cool.
That is cool. Yeah, that's a great pick. Bret the Hitman Hart's awesome, dude. He's phenomenal. He's a trooper, man. He muscled through it all, and then like you said, the screw job. That was a huge event. So, Keith, just a brief, like what would happen in some of these things? You know, somebody would be on top. They'd be the champion, and then they would get creative control of like, and then Vince McMahon would come and say, "Okay, you're going to lose it tonight," and some of them would fight back and say, "No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it." So Vince McMahon would have to step in. And it happened with like some female wrestlers that wouldn't give it up, you know, and he just would make it to where the second she gets pinned or the second she gets in the leg lock, ring the bell anyway. And that's what, you know, something happened like that with Bret and Shawn Michaels.
He was, it was essentially, he was leaving the company kind of at the time, and he didn't want Bret to leave. Like,
that's right.
Being the title holder. So Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, like beat him. So yeah,
he put him in a leg lock.
You really got to do your research here, buddy.
Well, no, it's why everybody can learn. I mean, he may not be the only one that knows this, you know. So like, it's a really great story. I mean, right after that though, like Bret the Hitman Hart went backstage and he punched Vince McMahon out, knocked him out cold. I mean, it's wild, dude. Is that
in that show? Is that
all that's in there.
I have to watch it. Yeah,
it's great. It's good stuff.
And Shawn Michaels too. Yeah, I think to Rad's point, kind of was like forced to do that because he was kind of he was under contract, company guy, so he didn't really. I mean, whether or not he knew that was going to happen or not, but anyway.
Yeah, he never came clean that he knew, but I guarantee it. I mean, because Vince was on the sidelines, and he's like, as soon as Shawn put him in a leg lock, Vince was over there. He's like, ring the effing bell right now, or you're fired. And and they made him ring the bell, and so he rung the bell.
That was the other thing too. Yeah, Bret was. They were in Canada at the time, so that was
it's home country. Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. That's my second pick.
I didn't know there was all this, as a kid, I didn't know there was all this behind the scenes drama.
Well, now I've like gone back, and I haven't watched the actual wrestling again, but I've watched all the behind the scenes stuff, which is kind of interesting. The politics to it. There's a lot more like almost interesting and crazy stories that you don't even hear about. In addition to like, George Animal Steel eating a ring post and stuff like that. Obviously, there's crazy people in the ring, but like, there's a lot of crazy stuff behind it too.
Oh, I've heard some of those stories, but not the. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Soda. I don't know if you take him. I don't know that you get all three of his characters. I think that might be a little.
Mick Foley. Oh yeah, that's a great pick. Yeah.
All right. He has no idea who we're talking about. Anyway.
No, I know. I don't know all of his characters, but I know of him. All right, I'll go with the name that we left off in the first round. I'm gonna go with it would have been number 1 overall. I think I'll go Hulk Hogan. I know for me. Nah, come on. The second round, we're gonna not draft him at all.
Yeah, he was on my list. He was on my list, but he was not. I wasn't going to draft him.
Yeah,
that's wrong. Yeah,
he was never my favorite wrestler. Like I didn't
as a kid, definitely was for me. Well, him and Andre the Giant were for me. But again, I didn't watch it into when the time period you were watching it, so I understand that.
I saw Hulk Hogan wrestle Mr. Perfect a long time ago. I was too young to remember because it was at an arena where it wasn't elevated seating. It was just all ground floor all the way around, right? And so everybody in front of me were all adults. And my dad would pick me up for maybe 2 or 3 minutes. He'd be like, oh, my arms are tired. And I would just sit there and stare at the back of people's butts the whole time, while the wrestling show was going on. But I did from that. I still have it. A Hulk Rules, his shirt with the slits in the back. It was the tank top. I still got it. Yeah, I had my youngest put it on one time. I was like, oh, you got to take a photo, and I got to put them side by side and check them out. Yeah, it's great because we still have it, and they can wear it if they want to. Of course, they're like, no, I don't want to wear it. But now they're finally getting that age where they're getting into it, man. They're getting it. They're watching it with me, and it's fun stuff. Yeah, so Hulk Hogan is a solid pick, man.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, and he's a hater over there. But
I didn't say if you like him,
you give me a thumbs down. That's not a good.
Well, I just didn't like him. I never liked the guy.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Andy, but explain to me, Andy, since you put in the chat under my name here.
It's not under your name. It's just
No, it's under the channel name. Love me some dude love. I don't know what that means. So
so he's got 4, right?
They had a percent. That was one.
That's what his percent is. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Dude Love was his 70s hippie guy.
Yeah. Okay. They had Mankind and Cactus Jack and of course Mick Foley, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I never heard of that one.
He's not.
I just write love me some dude love in the chat. I didn't know that was the person. It was just a thing.
Oh yeah. That's
now you know.
Point. It's a good point. He was in a movie as a nanny, so I'm not sure he's a great wrestler if he's in a movie.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I loved Suburban Commando growing up because he fought a bunch of aliens and stuff. It was awesome. And then, did you know Vince McMahon was the one who made No Holds Barred with him? He was the one. I didn't know that. He's like, okay, because Hulk said, I want to go into Hollywood. I want to go make movies. Like, okay, fine. I'll make a movie with you. And they made No Holds Barred together.
Do you remember that movie at all, Keith?
I do, yeah.
Do you remember? Okay. Do you know the guy that he was fighting at the end? Like the really huge, I think he called, I don't remember what his name was. Zeus. Zeus is tiny in Friday.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
What else was he? What else is he in? He wasn't.
He's been in other stuff too. It kind of is always the.
He's not the same dude in the Green Mile, right? That's a different guy.
No, that's a different guy.
Okay, it looks somewhat similar. Whoa! What are you saying?
No, it's not him.
But they're both giant guys.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Debo.
Yeah, there we go. Debo. Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah.
That's Tiny Lister. That's his name.
Yep.
Debo. I don't know why I thought. Yeah.
But yeah, he was that was his starring role, his opening role in No Holds Barred.
They were both bald too. I'll give you that. So.
Yeah, they're giant. It doesn't matter what nationality they were or anything. They're just big guys.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Moving on.
Yeah. So I think we're back to Sean, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Sean, you got 2 picks. We'll go with one here, but back to back. So you got 2. Your next 2 guys are all yours.
All right. My next pick is the Ultimate Warrior. So
all right. Like it.
I like it. Yeah.
Apparently, my dad said we saw him too. In I don't know. I have no memory of seeing it, but we saw the Ultimate Warrior. And I've just always loved the Ultimate Warrior. When he beat Hulk, I was floored. We were watching it at my dad's friend's house at the pay-per-view, and I'm from a small town in Texas, and so these guys never held back, and so we'd be sitting there watching, and I have this old guy back there, smoking and drinking beer, and he'd be like, look at them guys wrestling around in their underwear. We had that guy back there all that. I'll never forget it. That's the memory I have, watching it glued to that TV right 2 feet in front of it. And Hulk was wrestling the Ultimate Warrior, and they went at it, man. And he was always so pumped up, man. And he used to be my favorite wrestler, man. But now after watching WCW, because that was my teenage golden years, right?
Yeah.
It was Sting was my number one, became my number one as of late. But Ultimate Warrior is my number 2, and his finisher was the Gorilla Press.
Yeah,
where he picked him up. Yeah. So there
He's
you go.
Very large, probably at that time, probably the biggest or most built wrestler, I think, that was wrestling back then.
Oh yeah, he's huge.
I mean, he was juiced beyond belief. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I think he died very young. Obviously, I mean, most of these wrestlers died very young because their hearts explode because of how the
No
drugs.
doubt. But, apparently, he was a horrible person backstage. But,
I don't think he was the best guy, and I don't know that he was like technically a great wrestler, but he was just such a presence and physically imposing and stuff. And yeah, he was meteoric rise like to the top. He was just
yeah.
Crazy. Thanks, Shane. Appreciate it, man. We're gonna rip your pack right in a second here, but I'll again, you can be surprised or watch it on the replay. You're gonna send your cards to you regardless. And by the way, Andy, we had old school flips in the chat. Old school flips of the reseller leftovers.
Yeah, thanks for
coming, Jimmy. Andy, Jimmy, you have a wrestling podcast as well, right? I forget the name of it, but he's got a wrestling. So this is right up his alley.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
Where's the guy?
Oh man, dude, wasn't that game amazing on that WWF Superstars arcade game, dude? That was the best, man. That was the best game ever, dude. When that came out, because we were living the dream, man. We were playing the wrestlers we wanted to be, man. That was awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
Good pick there. What's his name? Jimmy. What's old school flips?
Jimmy old school flips. Yep.
Jimmy, man. Good call out, man. Good call.
All right, we'll do a quick rip segment here. Might as well get this segment video. All right, let me
there you go.
Rad relics. Rad relics. I love wrestling.
All right, so this is going to Shane. Soda City Rips. Let me get this. So 1987 WrestleMania 3 Topps wax pack, 9 cards, 1 sticker.
Keith was nice enough to say he was going to chew the gum this episode. So
what was the year again?
87.
Nice.
87. 45-cent price tag back then.
We kind of got dragged a little bit on this one because we didn't know a couple of the guys in there.
We're getting hated on the comments. Who was the guy again? We didn't know, Andy.
What? I was like Butch somebody? Is it Butch Reynolds or somebody? No,
it's definitely Butch something. Yeah,
the guy with the hair.
The gum had left its mark on that card. So let's get these.
These don't look as great as some of the. There we go. Hulk to start.
There we go.
The Hulkster explodes.
Nice.
That's a great pick.
He's
got the
Butch
and
Reed.
everything.
Yeah, you're right. It was Butch Reed. That's it.
Butch Reed. That's it. Yeah. There we go, Andy. That's just a great wrestler right there. It's a great second round pick. Ripping the shirt off.
Card, like.
Yeah, absolutely. That's probably the iconic card in the set.
I would think.
Go aerial maneuvers.
Let's see who that is. I can't even see who that is. It's so hard.
Yeah, it's like too distant for me. I can't tell.
Could be Tito Santana. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
Even if I could see better, I probably wouldn't know. So
that's true. Hulkster is exploding.
Oh, that's right. They took him around in that.
That's cool.
Who's that one? Is that Hulk too? Who's
that?
It's
Hulk.
Okay. Yeah. After he won, they took him around on one of those. What is that called? A forklift thing.
Okay.
Like scissor lift, whatever.
This one has a lot of gum damage. You can see the rippling. The case it. All right, then we got.
Oh yeah, Honky Tonk.
Oh yeah. He was cool, dude. Man, he was cool.
Yeah.
Smack you with that guitar.
Both of these cards, the gum damage went through the last 2 cards in the pack.
That's
unfortunately crazy. That one and this one, but this one was in the middle, so this one should be all right. The sticker card.
Yeah.
Good. Tino Bravo. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Greg Valentine.
Yeah, Valentine. Yeah.
Cool looking card.
These guys, everybody in this era was so colorful. You know.
Yes.
I had such a unique look to him. Every one of them.
Definitely.
Next up.
Okay.
Hercules Bobby the Brain.
Bobby the Brain.
I don't remember Hercules.
What's that?
I don't remember Hercules, but I remember Bobby the Brain. He was like Andre's manager.
Hercules Hernandez, I think.
Okay.
Bobby the Brain, he arguably probably the best, like, I guess, I don't know what they call them. I guess
commentators.
Well, he's a commentator, also like manager though too.
Yeah.
Like so he was great. He's just like really quick-witted and just was like great.
He was always negative, man. Like especially on the WCW, him and Steve Mono McMichael were always going at it. He's so smart, like you said, though. Really quick-witted.
Yeah.
Make sure that
Hercules was huge, man. Like, okay,
double whammy.
win. I actually,
I
jeez,
don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on there.
I don't know. This is a weird. Is this like an early, like scorpion thing?
What does it say
So,
on the back there?
He was probably jumping off the top rope and
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
down off the top of his head.
Raymond and Jacques Rougeau.
Okay. I don't really remember them too well.
Me either.
Yeah, this is early on in WWF, so this is only WrestleMania 3. Right?
Yeah.
This is right when.
There we go. We know now. We know, Manny.
Now
Butch
we know
Reed.
the natural
Yeah.
Bush Reed, yeah.
Yeah, we know Bush Reed. Chad. That's the guy we didn't know in the last pack we wrapped and we got roasted. Oh, here we go. Ready? To
Oh no,
start?
this is the Killer Bees.
Yeah.
What?
This is yeah, you don't remember them? They were awesome.
No,
It was,
this uniforms, man, ridiculous.
They were the Killer Bees. They were a tag team. They were like a great tag team for a while. It was like I can't remember the name. You have to turn it on the other side to find out the name.
Well, if I hadn't heard of them, clearly they weren't creating enough buzz.
Okay.
Yeah. That doesn't say their name. It's just Killer Bees.
That was a rough one. I heard that.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you got that.
Hey, we should dress these guys for Halloween if you can find it.
Right.
Unfortunately, our pants don't show on camera, so we look like we're not wearing anything.
Oh, that'd be great. That's awesome.
All right, last card. Fantastic body press.
All right.
I'm not sure who that is in that. Rick Martel of the Can-Am connection.
Gotcha.
All right. There we go. So we started off strong with the
Hulk
card.
Nice Hulk. That's a nice Hulk.
Yeah.
Very cool. I love those packs, honestly. It's just like a walk down memory lane type of thing. So there you go. Yeah. Brian Blair and Jim Brunzell. That's why they're Killer Bees. You know, they had last names with bees too. That's why.
All right. So yeah, so that's that they're all going to Shane. We have some.
That's so true. That's what we should do. You should dress up as
Oh, I love that. I love that video, man. Blind Melon.
That's a great one.
Rad is hitting them out of the park today.
I like it, man.
Yeah,
dude, that's great. I like that.
We're like, no, I was a wrestler. You should like you got like now to start singing, like dancing in a circle and stuff.
As soon as we get off this podcast, I'm searching Amazon for Bumblebee outfits. So I can
Oh, that's hilarious.
All right. Okay, so back to the draft. Let's get the draft board back up. So it's back to Sean for round 3.
Okay. We ready?
Yep. All set.
All right. I'm going with the baddest dude on the planet, man. The baddest dude that ever stepped foot in the ring of all of WWE, WWF, all that stuff, man. I'm going with the one and only Stone Cold Steve Austin.
All right. Good one. Good one. I was waiting. He's definitely legend.
Yeah.
Really probably one of the biggest names. I mean, definitely the biggest name. Like during that Attitude Era, he was like epitomized that era.
Absolutely.
He was like a complete, like total anti-hero. Like he was kind of bad. Like
totally.
But he was always like
he was a heel.
Yeah, I know. That like he has got some of the best walkout music. Like that's another thing too. It's huge to have that walkout music.
Dude, he cracks me up, dude. He's so just a bad dude. Bad mofo, man. Like, and I love that like he crushes the beers after he's done. And I love and I love when he's like when he's going for when he throws him in the ring and he throws the dude on the ground. He just does he throws their middle finger in the air in his face. He's like, he just crushes those dudes, man. It's so good, dude.
It's funny because if you see him earlier in his career, he was not that. Like he turned it around, and there were some. I think I've seen a couple like documentaries about him too. Like he had like long blonde hair for a while.
Yeah,
he's kind of balding, so he made the smart move to shave it off and like completely turned it around to did the Austin 316, did like the beer thing. I mean, my favorite memory from him, and this is again like kind of during probably college for me. He comes out like on this Zamboni, I think, with like it's like a giant like Budweiser thing, and he had like a Bud beer cannon and was just shooting people with the beer. Oh, it's amazing. They just had like the best. It was best.
Yeah, he's awesome, man.
No, great pick.
Yeah.
Bible belt pickers. Hello.
Yeah. What's up, Caleb? How's it going, man?
Hey.
Welcome in.
All right, back to you, Keith.
Well, in Stone Cold's finishing move is the Stone Cold Stunner.
It is
Oh,
classic.
all right.
It's classic.
That's after my time period of watching wrestling, but I know it's a legendary name. And if I've heard of the guy, and I don't know if I wasn't watching wrestling at that point, but he's like a huge name.
Yeah,
I know.
He's from Texas, Victoria, Texas.
Is he? Okay, cool.
Yeah. He's got a huge ranch out here, and he's got a beer. Hey, you guys can get his beer. It's Broken Skull.
Wow.
Yeah,
IPA. Yeah.
And then Keith, you took Hulk Hogan. He did arguably the worst finishing move ever, the leg drop. This is horrible. We didn't even have a name for it. This is so bad. And then Brett had the sharpshooter, right? Or he had
the sharpshooter,
which is basically a scorpion deathlock, same thing.
Pretty much.
Yeah, Boston or that. Keith, you don't know him. We'll just talk about it.
I don't know the moves. I don't know the move names.
Okay.
I know Johnny V. Some of the names he mentioned. The Johnny, was it not Johnny Von Erich? I have some programs of his in my inventory over there.
There was a movie that came out called The Claw. That was about.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't he a Texas Tornado?
He may. Well, there's like 3 or 4 Von Erichs, right? There was Kerry Von Erich.
Oh yeah. The one who went on to be more successful. Yeah, he was in The Claw. Yeah. I never saw The Claw. I haven't seen it yet. I need to. I heard it was really great.
So one of his hats. Oh wow, is that a Stone Cold Steve Austin, Jimmy, or that's probably what it was, right?
Mm-hmm. It could be, yeah. The Von Erichs were huge. They were a big group. All right.
So my pick, I'm going to go back to my heyday again, and this guy is like probably not going to be a popular pick, more for the stories that came out after the fact, a very like infamous figure. But I remember like growing up, this was my favorite guy. This guy would like fly all over the ring. Going Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
Okay.
Nice.
I know.
That's a good pick. I like
the
it.
guy. There's a lot of bad things about him after. I guess it was during his wrestling career, but it came out later. Right?
I mean, honestly, a lot of these guys didn't have
they got a lot of skeletons.
Yeah.
That's good. He was. I don't know if you remember my friend that lived across the street, Mike.
Yeah.
That was his favorite guy. That was like by far his favorite guy. Dressed. He's kind of had like a Tarzan motif, which is a little weird. But his thing was like he was probably one of the biggest like high flyers back then. There weren't a whole lot of people jumping off the top rope.
And he wasn't little either.
He was big. He would like leap off the ropes and like fly across and like do the splash. Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Could have been. Yeah. Could have been that one. You don't know about that either, too.
No, we're not going to talk about that one, man. That was that one breaks my heart. We don't talk about Benoit. Oh golly, man.
Yeah.
That dude is
pretty sad story there.
Very sad story. It sucks because he was a big part of the WCW, and when I'm watching him right now, and then just knowing where everything went with that, man, is wild. Yeah, that crazy stuff.
All right.
Yeah, Jamie, it's definitely more than a skeleton. You're right. Yeah, I mean, I guess he was found guilty of that, right? But he was like his girlfriend or whatever. Yeah.
Just a small skeleton.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Do you know what happened? Do you know what happened, Keith?
Yeah. So
he's talking about Snooker.
The Benoit or the Snuka? I don't know. You mean the Snuka, Jimmy?
What happened with Snuka?
I guess he had killed his girlfriend, or they found her dead.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
She had fallen, and then I guess later they did try him, but he was very ill. Or what was wrong with him at that point? He was almost like comatose when they found him guilty, wasn't he?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly.
I listened to a podcast episode on that story. Pretty.
Got you. Yeah.
Okay. Good stuff. I'm gonna go with another guy that's been around for a very long time, completely revolutionized. I think had one of the coolest characters of all time, no question. That's the Undertaker. He was so good. He was around forever. He had multiple versions of himself, but the best one was like when he was just the badass Undertaker, dressed in black and like did the weird thing with his eyes. So good. He later came back and was like kind of the badass guy and rode in on a motorcycle too. But like he was always known as the Undertaker, probably one of the best ever. So
was that they were contemporaneous, him and Stone Cold Steve Austin, or was there an overlap there?
Well, Undertaker was probably, similar. I think Undertaker may have been more popular before him. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
Stone Cold got really popular in probably the mid 90s, and Undertaker was probably before that, but also popular then too. So
Yeah, and he came back because he got in really good shape. Undertaker came back and during the Attitude Era and all that good stuff. And Undertaker's awesome, man. Do you remember his finishing move, Andy?
Tombstone pile driver, baby.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna nail every one of these, I think. But
he lives here in Austin. He's here in Austin too.
Yeah, he's a good dude too. If you hear him like on interviews and stuff now, like he was kind of the enforcer in the locker room, but also, kind of was. He made sure that like people didn't like get picked on too much. I think sometimes, because I think there's a lot of that in the back. But he'd wrestle. He had to have wrestled for 30 years, I think.
Oh yeah. So. He had a huge streak towards the end of his career.
Yeah. Well, he was like he never lost in WrestleMania, I think, and then maybe lost at the very end. So, but there you go.
All right, very cool. Nice pick. Let me get to our final.
That's right.
Here.
That's what happened. He came to WrestleMania and lost to. No, he still beat Hulk Hogan. They brought back Hulk Hogan after all the feud between Vince McMahon and everything. He wore his NWO after WCW got shut down after Vince McMahon bought him out. He came out for one match with Undertaker, and Undertaker still won. But fun stuff.
I think he did. I mean, like the very, very end of his career, he lost to Brock Lesnar. So this is like a couple of years, maybe maybe very soon before he retired.
You're totally right. You're totally right. Yeah.
No, that was all Rad. So he knows. Yeah, Rad and Johnny are definitely our historians. I would say a lot of people in chat know a lot about wrestling. We might have to do another one, Keith, and show how much you have no idea what you're talking about on these. Just us reminiscing.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm enjoying it, but I don't. Yeah, like I said, a lot of these names, I was.
Yeah, you're out. You're out by now. I mean, Undertaker, I think, was around when we were maybe not.
I don't think so. Not when I was. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't remember
he wrestled earlier as other people, but
maybe I did watch him. I just didn't know. Yeah. All right, let's hit this here.
Find of the week.
All right. So Andy, I think you had a find, but I have two finds to show.
Yeah.
First one is not a find, but a gift that I got from a channel viewer.
It's hilarious, by the way.
Oh yeah. Yeah. There we go.
It's too funny.
So first was a gift from a channel viewer, Jackie, sent me.
There you go.
I thought it was timely, a little WWF 1999 like sealed. I think it's like a trivia game. Super cool. Yeah, so that's the cover there. We got.
That's awesome.
I see Dwayne the Rock Johnson, but I don't.
Wow, that's freaking great, man. That's so cool.
Yeah, see, Keith, top on the other side. That's Mankind, right? You see
over here, over there.
Yeah. That's Mankind. That's Kane below him.
Oh, okay.
I don't know who
Undertaker's quote unquote brother.
Yeah,
Kane. Yeah.
Oh, that maybe that. I don't know who that is.
Is that Lesnar next to? I can't see.
Nah, that's the Road Dogg Jesse James. I know.
Okay. I don't know who the girl is.
And I don't know who the other guy is.
That's Undertaker.
Yeah.
Is it?
On the right, bottom right.
Is it?
Okay.
Yeah, he's all cleaned up.
Interesting.
Yeah, my arm was cramping up holding that thing that long. It's heavy. Gotta hit the gym after that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jackie, for that. Awesome piece.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Sable. Okay.
Sable. Yes.
And do you have something else too, or do you want to?
Yes, and my other purchase that I made at a show I was at this weekend. This is one of my favorite buys in a while.
Ooh,
so this is a 19. Let me hold it up here. Maybe 1910s Philadelphia Phillies pennant. Got a little William Penn graphic on the left side there with a baseball bat. Very rare pennant.
Super cool.
Yeah,
that is cool.
Yeah, and it doesn't say Phillies, but I consulted another pennant expert who confirmed that he feels it is too, and he's interested in it. So we're probably going to work a deal out. But
okay, so you're not holding on to that one. That's a cool piece.
If it's an Eagles pennant, it wouldn't go anywhere. I don't collect Phillies items.
I got you.
So yeah.
Okay, so want me to show? I guess.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, go for it.
All right. So in light of the recent Tigers kind of back to prominence, I had to go and get myself a little card. It's a Spencer Torkelson.
Oh, nice.
1 of 1.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if that's coming in. There you go.
So
Hopefully
is
I'm
that
getting
an
him
card auto
Yeah.
and a patch. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Hopefully I'm getting him before he gets better. He was like their big player for a while, and then not big player, but he was like they're going to be the guy that kind of exploded, and he's kind of regressed a little bit. So we'll see.
That happens with young players. You know, that's especially in playoffs.
I have my 1 of 1 cards that I've been collecting have not been the best buys so far. Laporta's not exactly lighting the world on fire either. So
I have him in my fantasy league, and he's like injured every week. Like he's questionable, he's probable.
Yeah.
He's banged up.
No.
That must have been not a inexpensive buy. I won't get into the price, but that's a 1 of 1 RPA.
Yeah, it's not super expensive.
That's cool.
These like RPAs on some of these guys are not as bad as you think.
Okay.
But yeah,
cool.
not nearly what I paid for the Laporta. So
okay, very cool.
Okay, back to me.
Yeah. Let me get the draft board back up. There we go. So yeah, back to you for round 4.
All right, I'm trying to think here. Where do I go? All right, I got to take him because he's been there. He's sitting there. He was not my favorite wrestler growing up, but I got to go with the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. He's the epitome of like 80s wrestling, I think. He was part of the Four Horsemen, like, just a great wrestler. He stuck around forever too. He was wrestling until I feel like he was in his late 60s or 70s too. Crazy. But certainly he was like the Hulk Hogan I guess it was NWA then. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but like he was the Hulk Hogan of the other kind of large wrestling group. So they never, I'm sure they wrestled later on in the career, but they were kind of the 2 big draws back then in the 80s.
And some of those guys can have a personality forever after wrestling too. Like he makes appearances everywhere still.
Oh, yeah.
And wasn't he like, I think he was at the Tampa Eagles playoff game last year. Like he's everywhere.
Rad. But I mean, even before WCW, I think he was kind of. I thought they were in 2 like WWE and NWA. Maybe I don't know. Anyway, I can't remember exactly. But yeah, he was there. I had to get him. I had to take him off. Did
you see that Rad Relics pulled a 1 of 1 CJ Stroud? I never heard of American Metallics. Have you heard of that, Andy?
I haven't. No.
Very cool.
Oh, that's awesome. Very cool. Congrats on that. Yeah, I'd love the policy. I was on I told you about this one, right, Keith? I was on a whatnot break, and somebody pulled a 1 of 1 dual patch RPA, which is probably a $20,000 card of CJ Stroud. And I was like,
it's crazy.
Okay. Upsetting. Would have been nice to have them, but oh well. All right.
So I'm up, right?
Yeah.
It's tough here. I got a couple names. I'm gonna go out of order here though, because I remember I liked this guy a lot. I was always a big reptile fan, as Andy knows.
I know where you're going.
I had snakes growing up and treat snakes. I'll go Jake the Snake Roberts.
Good pick. I like him.
Very good.
Keith,
I don't know what I do not.
You don't know?
No.
It was the DDT. Come on.
Okay. I remember hearing that. I didn't know what it meant.
Yeah. But then he take out a snake and let him bite his put him in the ropes. And
I don't think Peter loved that anymore.
Is it DDT? Would they come down like sort of on their head? Like he would hold them.
You grab him by like put his head here and this like drop back. Basically.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
Great pick, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm not embarrassing myself too much.
No.
His whole thing was, if you watch his documentary, what was it? Rebuilding or reviving Jake the Snake Roberts. I forget, before he passed. His whole thing was, the one thing that my daddy taught me was that if you speak in a low enough voice, people will quiet down to listen to what you have to say. And that's the only thing I took away from my father. It's interesting because, So if you speak quiet enough, people shut up around you. He kind of try to listen and pay attention.
I'm gonna try that. I like that.
Good luck. You'll never
See how the animals react.
Yeah. You hear about the kid who pulled the soccer card and stole it from the guy who won it. I know there's a bunch of I saw a bunch of stories recently about whatnot breaker who ripped something and then blocked the guy, refunded him, closed his account. That's always a risk when you're, if you hit something like that, CJ Stroud. I mean, that was obviously a seller we know and a legitimate guy, but some of these sellers might not be that legitimate when you're doing a break.
That sucks.
All right. So I think it's back to Sean, right? For round 4 here.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Andy's picked 2 of my list, so I'm going with my backups here. But actually, this guy was in my number 5 spot, so I'm going with Eddie Guerrero.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
I like it.
High flying dude, super all over the place, man. I really enjoyed watching Eddie Guerrero, and before he passed, and he's just solid wrestler, just all around, and he can really move, man. He can really do these really cool maneuvers that at the time nobody was really doing. You know, I mean, he was right around the time with Benoit and all those guys, and Dean Malenko. They were just tearing. Those were the real entertaining guys for me to watch. You had the big guys and they could body slam you and all that stuff. But they were kind of slower, but you had these kind of guys that were just bouncing around and flying and kicking around, and I don't know. They just I had a really good time watching Eddie Guerrero, and his finishing move was the frog splash. He'd get up on the corner and he would jump, but he would spring out and then come back in. Spring out and kind of thing.
Very cool. No, he was very influential, I think, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good pick. I like it.
Thanks,
Keith. You don't even know who he is.
I've heard of him. I don't think I've ever saw him wrestle, but I like the idea of a frog splash.
It's awesome. He's really good.
Yeah, I'll check him out. I'll do a little YouTube action.
Yeah. Okay. What do we got? Are we
So we'll just keep going because I think we did our segments earlier. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right.
So yeah.
Well, there you go.
Back to you, Sean. So we're gonna go right back to the 5th round here with you.
Okay. All right. My number 5 and final pick of the night. I'm going with Diamond Dallas Page because the diamond cutter, baby. It was all about that diamond cutter. If you knew what this was, bang. If you knew what that was, then you were cool. You were part of the cool kids club because, I mean, he wasn't the best wrestler of all time, but he just had that killer. So the diamond cutter was he would kind of like a stunner, but he would fly all the way to the bottom. So he would put your head on his shoulder, and both bodies would hit flat on the surface. Can you imagine just hitting your face right on anything dealing with the neck, like the stunner? Always trip me out. That's gotta hurt, whether it be, a safe. Yeah. DDP, baby. Rad knows. He knows. If you know, you know. And so yeah, DDP, man, that's my and what's great about him is he does DDP yoga now.
He actually helped Jake the Snake.
Yeah, he helped Jake the Snake get back, and Razor Ramon, Scott Hall. He's helped all these people that, he's doing so much good in the world now, despite, even though he was in a couple of Rob Zombie movies, playing a villain. But he's just a great guy all around. And so he's my number 5 pick, man.
He was, you remember Butterbean, Keith, from, he was helping him and stuff. There's a bunch of wrestlers that he's kind of helped because, I mean, obviously all those guys are, their bodies are so beaten up and abused, and they were all taking kind of pain meds the entire career. And now he kind of he's pretty amazing guy, actually. As far as, there's a lot of not great wrestlers that probably didn't have the best, weren't great people.
Yeah.
Black Sheep. He's a good dude. But all right.
Black Sheep's got it right. He gives it back gives the life.
I totally butchered the name. Is it Diamond the Dallas Page or Dallas the Diamond Page? Give me
Diamond Dallas Page.
Okay, not the. Okay, Diamond.
I would say put DDP, but just in case nobody knows who that is,
Okay, I got.
Maybe in parentheses put DDP. People know him for that a lot too.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right, Keith.
All right, and usually calling me out of my knowledge here or lack thereof.
Well, not.
Yeah, thank you.
Are you gonna cry? You gonna cry, Keith?
Nah. Yeah. Whoa, flipping the Joe Dirt back on me.
There you go. You know, you got
Yeah.
You did an Uno Reverso there.
Because
Yeah,
in Andy's defense, he didn't have one for.
Maybe I'll make one later. I had a busy day at work.
It's convenient, I'll tell you that.
It was.
All right, Keith, what do you got for me?
All right, I'm going back to the same era that I've been drafting in the whole time. I'm gonna go. You gotta like a guy who can feel confident in a kilt. I'm gonna go with Rowdy.
You son of a that was
Rowdy.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Awesome pick.
That was gonna be. I was hoping I was gonna get him. That was my last pick because
Not only great wrestler, all-time great actor too, man.
Oh yeah, one of the best talkers in like the WWE. He had his own like little show on that thing. It's like called the Piper's Pit, I think is what it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
But later, he was in that show like Them or something, wasn't he? Or
They Live.
They Live. That's what it was. Yeah. Just like a horrible, not horrible, but cheesy 80s movie, like horror sci-fi movie.
You guys got to tune in Friday because me and Trumpet have been talking about. We found that he sent me this movie that he was in called Hell Comes to Frogtown, and it's about Earth gets taken over by giant frog people, and there's just a scene. It's just so ridiculous, an 80s cheeseball. And so what I've been doing is cutting clips out and adding them to my library over here so I can throw them out at certain times. Just guys, just tune in Friday. It'll come out a few times, man. Yeah, it's gonna be funny stuff. But yeah, great pick, dude. I love Rowdy Piper.
There you go. Did you know this, Keith?
I didn't know that. Interesting. And speaking back to this, I was at this show. I was at the it was a paper show in Allentown Fairgrounds. They had WWF, a lot of early wrestling matches there, and they had Piper's Pit. It's still there. It's in the corner of that auditorium.
Oh, really?
The whole place was. Yeah, they had a ton of matches there.
Yeah, I might have to start collecting old wrestling stuff. There's definitely a market for that, I'll tell you.
Oh, absolutely.
I've seen a couple like wrestling like boots that have come up, like signed wrestling boots. I don't know I haven't seen Macho Man, but I think Hulk Hogan had like some of those yellow boots and stuff. They were not cheap though.
I got to get me some of the LGN dog toys, man. I got to get some of those things. Those are sweet, dude.
Yeah.
I paid like $20 a pack for them. I have 3 Monday Night Nitro WCW Monday Night Nitro packs cards. And they've got Goldberg on the front, and I don't know why they're so dang expensive, but that was my golden era right there, man.
Yeah.
So
I think I have one of them in my other room, and we're gonna open some of these guys on the on Rips and Brews coming up too. These are just WCW.
Yeah. I've got a few of those.
Yeah, but I do have that one you're talking about too. That it's like a foil pack, right?
I think so. It's just got I'm pretty sure it's got Goldberg on the front. I mean, the bald dude. Cool. Yeah. Good stuff, man.
Good pick. I really wanted that. I was hoping we could finish with that guy.
Hey, Meat Stick, what's going on?
Yeah, man. Oh, cool. Yeah, so I'm about 45 minutes from Allentown too, so that's a small world.
Yeah, that's Meat Stick. Hey, this dude knows how to cook, Keith. He can hook you up, man.
Yeah, I think I saw him over in Trumper Masters chats. I'm sure he's coming from there, right?
Yeah. Well,
or maybe yours.
Yeah, he's coming over from mine. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that's how I met him, was through Trumpet. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah.
Very cool.
Awesome.
All right, so I'm finishing this off, right? I really wanted Roddy Piper to finish off.
That hurts. I feel bad that I stole him from you.
Yeah, but I do. Okay.
Just blows your skirt up.
We're missing. I mean, we're like skipping over a lot of people during this Attitude Era too. I mean, I think there's going to be. Clearly, there's people that we haven't taken that are huge stars, but I'm going to go with my favorite wrestler from the '80s, and that's Junkyard Dog.
He's a cool.
I love that guy. I think he was so cool. He used to come with like a collar and a chain to the ring.
Yeah.
And his move was a power slam. So he would just take this guy and like kind of run him through. This is great. But like, and he has to do this thing where he would get on the ground and headbutt you and bark at you. It's so amazing. I don't know why I liked him so much, but he was just kind of a cool wrestler. He's huge. Like he was huge back then. I don't think people realize how popular he was. But yeah, there you go. I would have taken Roddy, but I'll take Junkyard Dog as a consolation
Backup.
prize. Yeah.
Who was it? Was there a guy that had a parrot with him? Was that
Coco Beware?
Okay, yeah, that's right. He was cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like any of the people that had animals.
Yeah, I should have done an all animal guy draft, but I only knew the two. I guess the Junkyard Dog would have worked.
Yeah.
George Animal Steel. There we go.
There you go.
Awesome. Yeah, let me put that back up. So that's where our final picks there.
So do you have any on your list that we didn't pick or anything, or that you didn't get a chance to, or did you go through them?
Yeah, you know what? I watched a lot. I don't know if this is before you, Sean, or maybe it still went on a lot longer than this, but I watched a lot of the gorgeous ladies of wrestling back then. Glow. You watched that? Mount Fiji.
I do remember that.
Yeah. I almost drafted her, but I thought wouldn't help my vote.
No.
Sable was my number one diva. Yeah.
Okay.
Diva of all time. She was at the peak of my manhood. I'll just say that. Yeah.
Mount Fiji was not that kind of like bombshell.
No.
She was a mountain of a woman. Yeah.
Large woman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a little before my time, I guess.
Yes.
But people we didn't take, some new really. Rock, obviously we didn't take him.
Yeah.
John Cena, I know he's big nowadays. Again, didn't really kind of not a guy that we were watching very much. Kurt Angle, you remember him? Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. Kurt Angle was an Olympic champion, wasn't he?
Yeah, gold medalist. Another guy I like too, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. You remember him? Keith?
Yep, for sure. Yeah, the red shorts.
Another guy I was really close to taking in this last pick, but not really like a popular wrestler, but like as a character wise, incredible. And that was the Iron Sheik.
Yeah.
I love
big part.
Just as in terms of like just being a bad guy, he was very, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody else is kind of gone.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones out there. Rey Mysterio.
Mm-hmm. Kamala.
Yeah. The Giant. He was just a force. You couldn't do anything to him, you know?
Yeah.
What were some of your favorite tag teams?
So I got one that's hands down my favorite by far, and that's the Road Warriors. Do you remember them?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The big spikes.
Oh god, I love those.
Hawk
guys.
and Animal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, those guys are awesome.
Laurinaitis is Animal. His son played professional football as a linebacker. Did you know that, Keith?
Penn State. James.
I think he was Ohio State, and then he went to.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
and then I think he played for the Rams for a while, but
I do remember him. Yeah.
James Laurinaitis, I think is the guy's name.
You know who I thought he was totally roided up, but greatest evil tag team I would say would be the Outsiders, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
They're the ones who started the NWO once Hollywood Hulk Hogan joined their crew.
The Wolfpack or something, right?
The Wolfpack, yeah. But they call them the Outsiders because they were there to take over the WCW.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember a ton of tag team. Like, do all these guys form their own tag teams, or do they ever wrestle solo?
So you had like your Bushwhackers, the Bushwhackers, and you had who else was there? There was a bunch of them, man. There was like the
well, honestly, the Killer Bees was a big one.
Killer Bees.
There was like the Rockers. I feel like was a group like that was pretty 80s, very 80s.
Yeah, but I don't recall that.
You're right. I mean, a lot of them kind of shift in and shift out. Like Road Warriors always were the tag team. They
were together because they had that same look. You know, Lex Luger and Sting were a big team,
but they did well singular too.
Absolutely, yeah.
So,
but they claim to be buddies, but of course, Lex Luger went on to, good stuff, man. Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Yeah. 2x4. Yeah.
Boss Man, the big cop, the cop guy. Who else is in here? Yeah, there's a lot of good.
Yeah.
I was just strictly looking. Oh, a British Bulldog.
British Bulldogs were. Yeah, that was pretty much a. I know the one guy kind of went solo for a little bit, but he was the biggest when he was with the British Bulldogs. Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good one. I love them.
You had the Nasty Boys. Remember the Nasty Boys?
Mhm.
Brian Knobs and whoever the other guy was. But Booker T and Bobby Walker, Harlem Heat, I think is what
Harlem
they're
Heat
calling
was
it. Yeah,
yeah.
is another
True.
one. Yeah, good stuff, man.
Yeah, we'll have to. Good stuff. Yeah, it's a little walk down memory lane. Keith's walk was a little shorter than ours, clearly, but
Yeah. Well, I'll have to watch some of the
yeah.
well, definitely the Vince McMahon Netflix show, but then maybe
Great.
and some of the later stuff too.
Oh,
It's crazy because you're sitting there watching Vince, and you have all these people that are talking trash about him, but you're sitting there watching Vince, and he's such a good salesperson. You know what I mean? He says he's been. You don't. It's hard to picture him.
yeah.
It's hard. You're selling. You're buying what he's selling. You know, in these interviews, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's wild. After but yeah,
Cool. Good stuff.
Yeah, fun time, man, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Andy, we didn't decide what we're going to be drafting next week yet, but we gotta chat and talk about that.
I don't know if this was sports or non-sports this week. This is kind of sports entertainment. So
I think it's a non-sports.
Okay.
But because we did sports last week, right? Well, we can do whatever. I guess we did sort of back-to-back sports. There's no rhyme or reason sometimes. But guys, definitely check out Sean's channel on Friday night. So drafting your favorite fast foods. Is that what you're doing?
Yep. Especially from when we were younger and like eating on a budget when we were kids and had to just, like eat scrounge for whatever we could find to eat as teenagers, when we were out on our own, because when you're at home, it's just for what it was like you had breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That was it. We had to go out if you wanted to find something and all that good stuff. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. But I want to tell you guys this. We are going to be having our annual open mic Halloween party.
Oh, awesome.
Up. Yeah, dude. Last year, if you just want unfiltered fun time, like just goofing off, everybody wearing Halloween costumes on a live stream, and we're all just tossing back a few, unwinding, having a blast, just talking. And Trumpet was there last time, and he had this panda. He had this panda head on, and it was, I don't know why, it's just a panda head, but it was the funniest thing you've ever seen. I dropped some shorts and stuff on it not too long ago, pretty soon, but go to my live stream from last year, from 1 year ago, and go check out some of the
sure,
dude. It is just the funniest, silliest time. And Real Meat Stick was there. Yeah, he said he's in. So that's going to be on the last Friday before Halloween. What is that? The 25th?
I think Halloween's what, like the Friday or Thursday?
Thursday. Yeah. So it'll be the Friday before. So
okay,
it's
the 25th.
Yeah, it's going to be on the 25th. So mark your calendars, guys, and come party with us and dress up, man. Wear your Bumblebee costume.
Yeah, we gotta find that. I do have a full body Eagle mascot outfit I could bust out,
bro. Got to do it. You got to do it.
You got to dress as a lion.
Start looking.
There you go, man.
That's awesome, man. That sounds like a fun time. I'll watch the last year's to get a sense of how many people can you fit in there? How many were there?
I can have up to 10 people, but we probably only had maybe 5 max.
Okay.
But I would love to have more people on. I can get up to 10 people up there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we'll talk about our favorite scary movies, man. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about this.
I love it. Yeah, I'm a huge horror movie fan.
Nice.
Cool. Andy will tell you, it's a hands down favorite fast food for me. It's not even a debate, right, Andy? If I was drafting
Taco Bell, there's no question.
Yeah, I'm a Taco Bell.
But I think you only eat one food out of there too. I feel like, or at least
I don't even eat the meat. I don't eat the meat there at all. But I went to Taco Bell so much. I went to Taco Bell so much when I started working at my current job. The girl, I had a black SUV, had a black Nissan Xterra, and I traded in, got a black Nissan Armada, which looked identical from the window, but she recognized I had a different car just from I was there so much. How do you have a different car? I think that's when I stopped going. I think I had a problem.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Taco Bell's awesome, man. Love Taco Bell.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right.
But yeah, I'll check it out on Friday. Check out Sean's channel on Friday. Give him a sub in general. Check out our live podcast every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Typically. We moved it back a little bit tonight. Check out our other channel, Rips and Brews. We put out a video every Thursday night. We have shorts coming out every day, pack rips, beer tasting, and card chasing over there. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks, Sean, for joining us, man. Fun time.
Yeah. Always, as always.
Yeah.
You bet, guys. Thanks for having me on. Thanks
Awesome,
thanks
man.
everybody for playing along, guys. This was a lot of fun.
Absolutely. All right. Peace out, guys. Thanks.